Presenting the colors tonight are members of the Sheridan High School Army JROTC. At left rifle, Kristen McDonald. Carrying the United States flag, Lyric Pierce. Carrying the Arkansas flag is Anthony Bates. And at right rifle is Randall Gaddy. If you would please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and a student-led prayer by Callie Kilburn, Jr. here at Sheridan High School.
Please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings you constantly give to us and our school. Father, I pray for tonight's game. Watch over the players, the cheerleaders, the band, and the fans. Keep them safe. Help our team play in a way that would bring you glory. Most of all, we thank you for Jesus Christ and the salvation we have through him. In his name we pray. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We now turn the field over to the Sheridan band for the playing of the Sheridan alma mater.
first home field at YellowJacket Stadium. So excited to watch our Jackets tonight. Drive safe going home. And
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sheridan School District, and they are proud to welcome you to YellowJacket Stadium on the campus of Sheridan High School and the home of the First Trust Home Loans Field. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of the high school interscholastic athletic program. Our athletes recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith, and they must abide by the decisions of the officials. Spectators can support their high school interscholastic program by refraining from derogatory or intimidatory remarks or cheers. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Ladies and gentlemen, the captains representing the Sheridan YellowJackets are the 21 seniors playing in tonight's game.
Carries last week, and he responded really well. But we already knew CJ is a great.
I mean, he's a
ball
beast.
carrier.
Yeah, he's a strong. He's big, and he's got good vision of the field. He runs a lot like Jared Ashley, and they're both just beasts when it comes to taking the ball and finding a hole.
Now, and speaking of Jared, the last couple of weeks, actually for 3 weeks, he's been nursing a bad ankle that actually got really got tweaked badly at El Dorado. Foot got stuck in the turf. And that brings up a whole other issue we're going to talk about at that time.
All right, Sheridan, it's time to start getting loud.
To get rid of the turf and go back to.
Let's make some noise.
You know, I talked to some people last summer when we were talking about redoing the turf. Obviously, technology has improved greatly, and supposedly this turf is just about as good as it gets as far as cutting down on injuries. The injuries we've sustained last year came as a result of the turf being a couple of years too far past its prime. But yeah, there's pro teams and college teams going back to their turf.
There's a lot of college teams that are going back to turf.
And you look at the problem with the high school is the cost. It actually goes up, and it takes more people to take care of it.
Well, we have both teams out on the field. We're just a minute or two away from kickoff. Sheridan is all blue helmet, blue pants, blue jerseys, blue letters. Benton Panthers have that almost Texas A&M type of room over there. trim, but they're in white pants, white jerseys. And, you know, this is another typical 6'8" team, especially when you look at the height and weight. We, during the break, we ran down the list, looked at the roster, and, you know, we got a big team this year. Sheridan has got a big team this year.
Biggest I've seen in a long time, and they're pretty much too deep on the offensive line with that kind of size.
Boy, we don't have the numbers of the 260s and 270s that Benton's got.
No, we probably got the 10. Benton's got.
We named off
40.
about 20, you know, 25 that were 270 and above, and another dozen that were 250. So, but look, size and speed is great, but if you don't play a science football, none of that counts.
That's right. You can be big and strong, but if you're not executing, it doesn't matter.
I mean, Cersei was bigger than we were across the board. Except maybe, the only exception might have been 3 of our interior offensive linemen. Outside that, Cersei was a typical 6'18". Excuse me.
Yeah, and
We'll be kicking off from south to north. Their kick. It's a high kick. Going to travel out of bounds. Not a good way to start the.
Ball was kicked out of bounds.
Sorry to cut you up there.
No, that's good. I don't know what I was saying. Brady Dillon was down there and high-fived the receiver for Benton. So good sportsmanship starting right out of the bat.
Well, we're gonna have to be calm, cool, collected, with sort of a
Ball is placed on the
attitude.
35.
So what attitude has to be between the snap and the whistle, though?
What do you think Benton's going to start with?
I'll look for it to come out and start trying to assert dominance on the ground. They've got 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. H-back, along with a feature back and the quarterback. It's a physical look. There's the snap. He fakes the handoff. He's going to get flushed out, throws a wide open man in the flat. Going to pick up about 18 yards on the carry. It looked like he wanted to run it, and he looked up and had a man. There wasn't a Sheridan player within 18 yards of him.
Quick, easy first down. It really didn't look like Sheridan recognized the lineup, but then they didn't. They did something a little different that threw them off their good game.
3 wideouts to the right. There's a handoff off tackle. He breaks the tackle and to get up to down to about 36-yard line of Sheridan. That is a big running back. That young man got some size.
Yep, he just picked up an easy first down. 10 yards in the cloud of dust.
Ball is placed on the 36-yard line.
Back in the Woody Hayes days at Ohio State, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And boy, you know, with that spread offense today, it's like 8 and 10 yards in a cloud of dust. There's a snap. Quarterback shovel pass. It was read pretty well, but we missed the tackle.
C.J. Davis had a hand on him. Looks like Shoemate finished him
Smith
off.
missed him at about the
Pass complete to
37.
number 5.
Wesley Shoemate and
He is tackled by number 5, Owen Myers.
We actually had a shot
5
behind
yard
the
gain
line
on
of
the play.
scrimmage.
Brings
He
up
turned
second
it
down
to
and
about
5.
a 5.5-yard gain on that one.
Wyatt Teague also was in on the play.
3 wideouts to the right. There's the handoff up the middle again, and he bounces off of Jake Smith again.
Feimster.
Jake has had trouble wrapping up. He's getting good contact, but he's having
Ball
trouble
straight by
wrapping
number
up.
2, Braylon Russell. He is tackled by number 21, Landon
Number 10, Isaiah Owens, and Feimster.
Look, it's going to be a long night if our secondary is making every tackle. Got a screen pass out in the flat, dances past a man, going to get hit down around the 10.
Another Blaine Shoemate tackle, and man, they're making this look easy. Changing, they're not doing anything consistent. They're not running straight road, they're not passing the same guy every time.
Fancy.
Nothing fancy, but nothing's the same. You can't get used to a rhythm of what it is they're doing to us.
It's going to bring a second down in about 3.5. Hands off up the middle again. This time, make contact right behind the line of scrimmage. Hangs on, brings it down.
Number 5, Owen Myers, caught him in the backfield.
It is going to be first and goal. Ball's going to be spotted down at the 6-yard line. Three wideouts to the left. Fakes the handoff, throws a slant, throws it in the dirt.
Looked like Benton got a little bit of a hurry on that one. The receiver was on the ground having to try to get that one. I think the quarterback got a little
if he'd
Story,
slowed down another half a second, that would have been
Correction,
6.
second down.
We'll take it. So it's second down, 6 to go, goal to go.
This
Clock's
might be their
running.
first second down series.
This is the first second down we've seen. 10-14 left to play the opening quarter. Handoff off tack to the left. He's hit at about the 4, drives down to about the 2.
Ball carried by number 2, Braylon Russell.
So Sheridan's tightening it up, but then, now they got their first third down of the night, but it is 3 yards out.
Third from about the 3. 3 wide outs.
All right,
Again.
Sheridan, let's get loud. Let's
2
get
to the left, 1 to the right. There's the handoff again, straight up the middle. He's going to be hit
Owen Myers.
at the line of scrimmage. Owen stacks him up, drops him for a yard.
Ball carried by number 2, Braylon Russell.
That's going to bring up a
First
4th
contact
down.
made by number 5, Owen Myers.
It's going to be just
And that
short
brings
of
things up
5.
fourth
About 4.5
down.
yards. 4th down. Great play by Owen.
Yeah, that's the second time he's caught him in the backfield, and he got the help from his teammates to finish him off.
There's the handoff, got a little sweep going. We're going to string him out.
Go get it.
He's stopped on 4th down and 4.
Another Owen Myers
Another
tackle.
Owen Myers. Owen is like a man to the head.
Inspired football tonight by the Sheridan YellowJackets. After Benton, easy work of them moving down the field.
Sheridan's going to take over at the 2-yard line with 9:17 to play in the opening quarter. That, boy, if you talk about a momentum shifter now, that could be one.
It really could. We've got to execute on offense and move the ball right back down their throats.
We're deep in the hole. We're going to be smart. Quick shout out to Rick's Pond and Gun. Good season's coming up, folks, and that's just a great place to do your shopping. 2 wide outs, 2 right, 1 to the left. Single setback. Quarterback looks. He's going to be pushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be tackled for a safety.
Now that would not be the momentum shift we needed.
All we got to do is throw that away, man. You don't hang on to that. Ooh,
You know, I love Jared Ashley. I love family. He's got a bad habit of leaving the pocket. He as soon as it starts breaking down, he is taking off and stepping up into it.
Well, there's too much speed on that Benton team, especially that deep when you've got a crowded little box to begin with.
That's right.
That you're not going to have much of a chance of escaping that. So we had a great goal line stand, and immediately Benton takes advantage.
So they go in on the next play and get their points. Maybe not the points they wanted, but they got the point.
They got 2, and they get the ball back immediately. We got to kick off back to them.
Whew.
From our 20. That's
It
the
looks
problem.
like we got
No, I mean that's
the rule.
That's what a safety does to you. Yeah, you have to kick back to them from your 20. So this is not a good. This is a terrible reversal of fortune here. But we've shown that we can stop them. We've shown that we can do that. So here we go. Shout out to Southeast Arkansas Area Agency on Aging, another supporter of Sheridan Athletics. And there's the kick. It's going to drift toward the sideline again, and it's fumbled out of bounds. The Benton player drifted to the sideline, tried to take it at the 29, and fumbled it out of bounds.
Going out of bounds on the 29.
So actually, we're going to get a break on that.
Ball first and 10.
That probably would have had anywhere from a 10, maybe 20-yard return. As it turns out, it's a 0 return. So Benton will have to start at their 29-yard line with 9:07 to play. Another shout out to the Tiger Pharmacy, and we really appreciate those guys. They have been stalwart with Sheridan Athletics. Quarterback Benton looks, throws a little swing pass out. Going to be drugged down from behind on the play.
Pass leader number 2, Braylon Russell. He is brought down on the play by number 1, Wyatt T.
Wyatt T was the first man to him. Had some help out of number 14 for Sheridan. Parker Ramsey also in on that tackle. Quarterback hands off again to Russell. Russell picks his way across the 40, up close to the 45-yard line of Benton.
He gets an initial hit at 42 and just rumbles back 3 more yards.
Well, again, he's 6'1", and the roster says he's 225, and frankly, he looks like he's probably closer to 235.
Yeah, he's bigger than I am. I weigh 285.
We got a man down on the field.
That's Parker Ramsey.
That's Parker. Got Teague is over there with him, checking on him. Got a referee timeout. We're going to take a real quick one here. You're listening to Sheridan Yellow Jacket Football, brought to you by Saracen Casino and Resort on the Deltaplex Radio Network. Sure. Ramsey is up and walking off the field under his own power. As soon as he's off the field, the clock will restart. 8:36 to play in the opening quarter. 2-0. Benton over Sheridan by virtue of a safety. Got 3 wide out to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback has Russell in the backfield with him. Throws a quick swing out to the left. They're going to get a nice game. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Picks up the first down with about 4 yards to spare. Ball's going to be spotted down around Sheridan 42-yard line. Clock was stopped when they moved the chains. 8:22 to play. 2 wide outs to the left, one to the right. Quarterback fakes the handoff, looks deep, gets flushed out of the pocket. He's got some room, but he is hit hard at the 40, falls forward, and fumbles the ball, and Sheridan is going to recover it, and the quarterback is a little shaken up. He's getting upset. The ball rolled back across the 40 to about the 42, where Sheridan recovered it and takes over for 1st and 10.
Ball's recovered on the 42-yard line.
Got to capitalize.
You get a mistake like that, you got to do something with it.
I just ran bleachers up and down one time. That's all that old man could do.
Well, you made it one time, though, right?
I did make it one.
There you go.
So the heavy breathing will stop in a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, hands off to Dollarhide. Dollarhide picks a hole. He's not going to get much, but he does get back across the line of scrimmage. Falls forward, they're going to give him about 3.5 on the carry, almost 4. Brings up the second down and a long 7. We're still in the first quarter, 7:48 to play. That line of clouds is moving this way. It's moving slow. We get out of here before it hits. 2 wide outs to the left, one to the right. Jared Keaton picks his way. I see a face mask, but I promise you there won't be a flag.
Big Walter Hicks for Sheridan, or for Benton, that we talked about a minute ago. He's been defensive end. He was right there in on that play.
That is a big man.
And he's manhandled 76 who would. We don't have a number for that. So we've got some new players playing tonight. Some events that transpired this week. We do have some players on the offensive line.
They'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Jared drops, looks, throws, got a man, had a man wide open across the 45, down near the 43 of Benton.
Brady Ingram was doing everything he could to get to that ball. He's just not where he needed to be.
And he was wide open, so that may be an opportunity for later. Well, that brings up a 4th down in a long 6, and Sheridan's going to punt it away. Clock stops at 6:57 to play in the opening quarter. Quick shout out to Hickory School Programs, supporter of Sheridan Athletics.
Parker down there talking to the trainers, checking his leg. Looks like he's checking his left leg, left knee up.
Here's the kick. It's not going to be a good one, but it takes a great bounce. It is going to take a pretty good bounce, thank goodness. It's going to be down this side of the 25.
Ball goes
Roll
out of
out
bounds at
around the 22-yard
22-yard
line of Benton, where they'll take over first and 10 with 6:57 to play in the opening quarter.
Not really what everybody expected with a 2-0 lead by Benton this far into the first quarter. With their averaging 50-something points a game, you'd have thought they'd been on the board by now. But they've shot themselves in the foot. Exactly what they did against Catholic.
Well, they're taking a lot of pride of trying to be a balanced offense, but they'll tell you real quick when they put people away, it's running game. And there it is right there. Across the 25 up to the 30-yard line where he's finally brought down. It's going to be a gain of
Ball
about
started
7.
by number 35, Chris Bernard. He is tackled by number 1, Wyatt T.
It's going to bring up second down to 3. Had a quick out when nobody was ready for that one.
That was a bullet. Number 1 snatched it out of the air and spun him around. It just gave him the momentum to take a few more steps and pick up that first down.
We haven't seen too many third down markers tonight.
Very, very few. Blaine Shoemate was in on that tackle. I made the tackle.
We got a first down and 10. Ball's going to be at the 42-yard line of Benton. 3 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left. Excuse me, 1 to the left. Got a man in the slot. That sophomore in the slot is really dangerous. Throws a quick slant, and it was behind the intended receiver.
If there's any problem with Benton tonight, it's the quarterbacks. He's putting a little bit too much juice on the ball, it looks like, and getting a little excited.
He's not setting his feet when he throws either. He's throwing off the back foot using all arms. He's been inaccurate on 3 different passes now.
Because he's hit the receiver, he's just been too low.
Russell, though their feature back, is out of the game. Not sure what happened to him. Got a flag.
That flag was thrown at the player, so something big was happening right there.
The Benton player got a big push on that when he was hit at the 45 and drives the pile up to about the 47. Looks like it may be a holding call against Benton. And it is a holding call. That's going to set them back. Ball's going to be spotted back for nose of it at the 35-yard line of Benton.
So we got a new sound effect for the Sheridan Stadium as the beep backup beeper.
Second down and 16. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to right. An H-back, feature back. Russell, though their big backs, out of the game right now. There's a handoff straight up the middle. He's got some room. And he literally runs over number 19.
Ball started by number 35.
I guarantee you. Blaine's going to feel that one more.
And he picked up pretty much 15 yards back of the end they just lost.
Got another quick screen. They read it really well. If they could just get him out of bounds, and they do. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 5.
So if you're Benton with their history this past season, do you go for it?
Going Benton, they're going to go for it.
There they go.
Bradshaw.
2 wide outs left, 1 to the right. Quarterbacks look to the sideline. They're going to keep the play.
20 seconds of play clock.
We're playing the cover 2. 2 safeties. Man in motion to the right. Quarterback takes hands off up the middle. He's going to have the first down and more. He's still on his feet. And unless we get lucky, it's a track meet.
Brady,
the 5.
whoa.
He looked like
he dove.
It looked like he might have got through the flag. I cannot tell. And the referee's going to see he stepped out back at the
Brady saved that. Brady ran him down. The running back dove from the 3-yard line, which you thought was probably going to get it. But Brady picks up the stat.
Going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 3.5. And now it looks like he's going to punch it in. And he does. With 5:32 left to play in the opening quarter, Benton is going to go on top 8-0.
Wyatt Teague came from behind, but just wasn't fast enough to stop him from going over the goal.
Now, the back that they have in their backfield right now, his last name is Bernard, and at the beginning of the season, he was actually slated to begin the season as the starter at tailback. And he supposedly is quite a bit faster, not as large as Russell. This kid runs like a freight train.
Oh yeah. You take those two guys out, you can wear somebody completely down.
5'9" and 210. So, you know, Blaine is, Shoemate is probably 5 foot nothing and 100 nothing. And he's come up on this guy who's hitting the A gap or the B gap with a full head of steam, and that's usually not a good combination.
Yeah. I know we do have some different new defensive linemen in there. Number 55, Josh McCall. That's the first time when we've seen him on the field this year, or at least that we recall.
So the extra point is good. Benton goes on top, 9-0. 5:32 to play in the opening quarter. And Sheridan needs to answer. We need something.
Yeah, this game can start getting out of hand because Benton has eliminated mistakes and they're moving the ball 10, 15 yards a carry. And they're mixing it up enough that you can't get in a rhythm.
There's a kick, and it's deep. Going to carry down to the 4-yard line where it's taken across the 15, up close to the 16, still on his feet across the 20.
Isaiah Owens took a shot, spun, and kept running.
Carried the kid.
That's one of the best runs I've seen Isaiah do all season.
Isaiah isn't big enough to carry too many folks, but he carried that play.
He's bigger than he looks. I'm telling you, I saw him in the soccer game this weekend, and I was looking up at him with a tad. I kind of stood on my toes just so he didn't get caught.
I guess, you know, parents feel a little miracle grow on at nighttime over the summer.
Yeah.
Last year he wasn't big as a pup.
Yeah, he's got a bigness to him.
The ball's going to be spotted at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:24 to play in the opening quarter. Sheridan's 2 wide out to the right, 2 to the left. Jared takes, looks, throws, got a man up at the 30.
Brady Ingram.
Brady across the 30 up to about the 30.
That's
what Brady meant to 33, and Brady Ingram has come light years in the last 3 or 4 games.
If you get the ball to Brady, he's going to catch it 100% of the time. That's been the biggest issue is that the ball hasn't been where he's been.
But yeah, he has really came on as the go-to reliever. Made some outstanding pitches. Jared fakes the handoff, takes it to the right, got some room. I believe probably could have got the edge if he wanted it, but he cut it back upfield, gets across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
He is tackled on play by number 16.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Zeke Smith.
Clock's running, 4:42 to play in the opening quarter. The weather's holding off so far, fingers are crossed. Hands off to CJ. CJ slips a man, runs over a man. He's up close to the 1st down marker and should have it.
Ball by number 4, CJ on the
spot.
He is brought on play by number 24.
Yep. Marker moving.
And that is a Central Bologna Yellow Jacket
Results
first down.
of the play, a Sheridan Yellow Jacket.
And boy, you can tell the pending weather has really slowed down the home attendance tonight. But I can also tell you that it didn't stop Benton from turning out.
Well, you know, Sheridan there's no slouch for the crowd. It's not as big as it was at homecoming.
Jared goes deep, got him, man. Gonna get a pass interference out of this.
In and out of the hands of Brady Ingram.
There was a little hand fighting going on down around the 28-yard line, and it looks like they're gonna flag Benton.
Levin's not thinking he did it, but it's going to work in favor, Sheridan's favor. For
You know, I never met a cornerback yet who said, "Yeah, you got it."
Yeah, I did it. It's mine.
Well, we could use a little rain because my allergies are wearing me out. Oh, we got a penalty against a Sheridan. So there was a flag way down at the
Pass interference on the offense.
Oh, they're going to call it on Brady. They're going to call a push-off on Brady Ingram. It looked like just some hand fighting to me, but it didn't look like he pushed off. Well, that's going to take the ball all the way back to the Sheridan 28-yard line to bring up a 1st down and 25. Two wide outs to the left, one to the right. Jared hands off to Dollarhide. CJ's across the 30 up to about the 33. Got a pretty nice pickup, but it's not nearly enough. It's going to bring up a 1st down, or 2nd down at about 20.
Got a 10-yard movement, and
What are you going to call Coach. What do you got? What do you got in the book for this?
My guess is they're going to run the ball, but I would pass. I'd pass it to Jaden Jenkins out here on the near side receiver.
There's the snap. Rolls to his left.
And they've run the ball. And
Jared
makes out pay for it.
Jared just stuck the quarterback.
Well, it's carried by number 6.
He's
Jared
looking for his
Ashton.
cleats right now.
Yeah.
Jared knocked him out of it.
Yeah, they're taking him off. He's seeing stars. That's a little guy. Jared hit him and looked at him.
He picked up about 6 on the play. He's going
He
to
is
bring
tackled
him
on
up
the
to
play
third
by
down,
number 8.
about 14.
Vivian Parker.
It looked like it was called pass play, but Jared took it around the corner. It looked like it broke down on him.
Jared fakes the handoff, looks, throws, nobody home. He threw it before the receiver broke out of it. His,
Pass incomplete.
He was throwing to a spot. He was running 20 yards past that. So again, I don't know where the breakdown in communication is between the QB and the receiver there, but that's probably 3 passes that we missed because of communication, not because of accuracy.
the ball hit the turf before the receiver ever broke out of his route to look for it. So it brings up a 4th down and a forever in punt formation. 3:13 left. Nice snap. They're coming for it. He gets the kick away. Going to be fielded at the 33, and he's going to be dropped at the 35. Nice coverage there by number 13.
Well, it's returned by number 1, Elias Spain.
Bradley
Tackle
Fox
by number 32.
and Jake Smith were down there on the coverage. Really nice coverage by Bracken Fox. So Benton takes over with 3:06 to play in the opening quarter. Quick shout out to Pineville Parks and Rec, supporter of Southeast Arkansas Athletic. Ooh, Sheridan.
This is a huge series for Sheridan. If we don't stop Benton on this, the game starts getting out of hand.
It starts getting ugly. There's that little quick out again. They're going to have him up at about the 43. Turns upfield, gets across the 45. It's going to be enough, if it looks like enough, for the
Pass
first
number
down.
5, Maddox Davis. He is tackled on the play by
Easy
number
first down
19,
for
Blake
Benton.
Shoemate.
Wesley Shoemate on the tackle.
Quarterback looks, throws, fix it. Now he's going to go deep. Now he pulls it down. He looked deep, pumped one time, and he pulls it down and runs. Good coverage downfield.
Lot of time in the backfield. They just couldn't get a receiver
Well, it's
open.
carried by number
Hats off
12.
to the Sheridan backfield for keeping them covered, but quarterback had forever to
Their
pass.
left wideout, number 1, had
He is
3
just
blue
tackled by
shirts
number
down
21, Lane
the 30
Fincher.
of Sheridan. I mean, great coverage at times. 2nd down and 8. Quarterback, little quick reverse. Got some room.
Quick reverse work. That's another about 15 yards for Benton.
It's like Blaine Shoemate's going to bring him down around the 40-yard line.
I'm really impressed with the play call for Benton. They're just keeping them off balance because nothing is the same.
That brings up a 1st down. Ball spotted at the 38. Quarterback looks. Quick pitch out to the right. He's got a blocker in front. He's all the way down inside of the 25 to about the 22, maybe 21-yard line of Sheridan.
Ball carried by number
Going right at the
45.
21, yeah.
Chris
I mean,
Bernard.
he just barreled
He
down
scores
through
that
there.
bounds by
Another
number
1st down.
30.
Weaving in and out of blue. They must have set up blue markers at the practice field this week because he was weaving in and out of blue like it's nobody's business.
1st and 10 from the 21. Quarterback throws a quick in. Going to be hit down around the 12-yard line. Make it to the 11.
Even the in route, he's standing there 5 yards away from any Sheridan player. It's an easy pickup of about 7 yards.
It was almost an old school button hook. Going to give him 9 on the play. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1. Going wide with it to the left. He's got a blocker out front. He's going to get driven out of bounds around about the 2-yard line.
Isaiah Owens playing aggressive football. He was driving his feet to get him out of
And
bounds.
I'll tell you what,
He
the
is forced out of
receivers
bounds by number 10, Isaiah
are
Owens.
blocking downfield like their life depended
Brings
on
up
it.
a 1st and goal.
Every snap, the receivers are on the man downfield. There's a handoff straight up the middle, and he's going to get in for another Benton touchdown.
Ball
So,
carried
you know,
by
you're talking
number
about how
35.
they're blocking and how they're
Chris
tackling,
Bernard,
and just the way they're
touchdown.
playing. There's a lot of pride to go into the postseason and averaging 50-something points a game, or especially 50-something points in every win that you've had.
Almost 60.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close, 58 points. That is a ton of points, and they are well on their way to doing that right now. Still for first quarter with 15.
Snap down, kick is up. Boy, that young man's got a leg on him. The kick is good. So with a minute 59 to play in the opening quarter, Benton's on top 16 to nothing. You're listening to Sheridan YellowJackets football, brought to you by Saracen Casino on the Delta Plus Radio Network. We might make it to halftime without the mercy rule. I'm not counting on it. It's going to be really tough because I'm starting to see heads down, hands on hips. I'm starting to see, frustration and dejection.
Yeah, and you with the 5.
If we could just break one play and turn this back to a one-score game,
we might have a chance.
yeah, it's not that the talent is overwhelming, but they play like Catholic area. It's a machine. This is really playing well right now. And as Stan has mentioned several times, they're keeping us off balance. A really good combination of short passes and long runs. They look to pass deep a couple of times. There's the kick, high, deep kick, all the way down to the 2-yard line to Sheridan. He will go out across the 15 where he's up in the
Number 8, Isaiah down.
Kickoff returned by number 10, Isaiah Owens. He's tackled by number 8, Javion Parker.
Isaiah in the end zone, but he made the play.
And Isaiah's got some wheels, so there's no doubt he could have done it.
Sheridan takes it to first and 10. Ball's going to be spotted at the end. Looks like they're going to give us the 18. Minute before the play in the opening quarter, Benton on top 60 to 9.
Well, you said it a moment ago, and we've said it over and over. This series is everything for Sheridan.
Benton just got the ball from 8 people.
Ball straight by 6. Jared actually. He is hurt by number 24.
Absolutely.
Hey,
You've watched Sheridan's film for the last 9 weeks. You
Second
know Jared
down.
actually was going to take it on first and 10. And they shut him down. It's either Jared or Dollarhide or in weeks past, Shoemate.
Dollarhide's in the backfield with you. Jared takes his hand off, fakes the hand off, tries to take it up the middle. It's going to be a short game, and he's going to make it up to about 22-yard line. That's going to bring up third down.
Ball straight by number 6, Jared Ashley. He is tackled by number 22, Thomas Pepper.
Squeak through a snap play. We got 3rd and 6. Jared fakes, looks, throws a deep ball.
Oh, my.
The under freeway.
Pass is incomplete.
Brady's done some very acrobatic things throughout the season. That was another one of them where he turned around, saw the ball was not going to be where he needed it to be. He flipped over, landed on his back trying to catch the ball.
That brings up another punt formation. And they've got 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. They're playing for a return, though.
Oh,
Got
they
a
fumbled.
fumble, and Sheridan had a shot at this. I don't know if we're going to come up with it. We didn't.
No, C.J. Davis dove for it, but Benton dodged a bullet.
Well, that's nice now. They've had fumble for problems. Actually, one kick got off the punt.
If I see Benton do anything wrong, it's getting in a hurry to do things that they're doing well. If they slow down, take a deep breath, this game is in danger of getting out of hand.
Well, Benton takes over 1st and 10. Ball's down, nose of the football at the 46-yard line to Sheridan. They have a really short field to operate on. We missed a prime chance right there. That fumble kind of real past a couple of Sheridan players. Key wide out to the right, on the left. There's the handoff. Got another new running back in. He's got a big hole. He's down inside the 30-yard line to about the 28-yard line of Sheridan.
Ball's carried by number 4, Marcus King. He is tackled by number 5, Owen Myers.
Every tackle.
And Owen actually came from the line. He's playing in defensive end position and drug him down after about a 25-yard game.
Actually, the opposite side. The other handoff goes to the right. The big hole. Down around the 20.
Jaden Jenkins.
Ball's carried by number 4, Marcus King.
CJ took him down.
He is tackled by number 2, Jaden Jenkins.
6 seconds left to play. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Benton on to 16 to nothing. They're going to let that front run.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, Benton on top 16 to nothing of the Sheridan. We're listening to Sheridan. YellowJacket football is on by Sarah. You see, one of the 1.3 voice of the Delta players. Midnight tonight. There is a line, pretty dark cloud blowing in from the west, but the wind is pretty good. Right now, Benton is sitting on top of a 16-zip lead over the YellowJackets. They have the ball in Sheridan territory again. They throw that quick snap again off the fingertips of the wideout.
Pass is incomplete.
So that's going to bring up. Should bring up a fourth.
Brings a 3rd down and 3.
Excuse me, it's already. That's going to be 3rd down.
Right, Sheridan, let's make some noise. Let's get it loud.
2 right out to the left. 1 to the
Keep
right.
it going, keep it going.
Quarterback, and there's a flag.
Flag play.
We're going to have a false start on Benton. So set them back 5 yards. Turn this into
False start on the offense. 5 yards. Remains 3rd down.
This is about a 3rd down and 9. We'll take all we can get right.
All right, Sheridan, pick it right back up. Let's get loud.
He right out to the left. Quarterback low to the right. Quick pitches to the right. Breaks the tackle at the 25. Falls forward down to about the 21.
Ball stirred by number 35, Chris Bernard. He is tackled by number 1, Wyatt T. Brings up 4th down.
Well, 2 different occasions I've seen our linebackers literally just bounce off a bit and run it back.
They're going for the first field goal.
They're going to
Let's hear you, Blue. Let's get loud.
Kick is up. He got the leg. And the kick is
Field goal is no good.
Sheridan holds on 4th down, 16 to nothing, 1:22 to play. Quick shout out to Cato Asphalt. As well as Southern Food and Grocery. That's a great place to stop in the business. We got any scores in yet? But I will. We got some big games at the conference. And of course, the biggest one for Sheridan, other than the one we're in right now, is West Interest and Social. 1st and 10. Sheridan takes us over. Sheridan rolls to his right. Looks downfield. He's just going to turn it up. Nobody. Just turn and flip. He's going to land that out at the 23-yard line.
Ball carried by number 6, Jared Ashley.
Talk
He
about
is
somebody
brought down the
getting
line,
hit.
number
Nobody's
16,
beat
Patrick Schick.
In the second quarter.
Second quarter.
3-yard gain of play brings up second down
I
at
believe
7.
they're the top 4 team in their class this year. They won train wreck. That's pretty much hammered them.
Catholics get handled and married 35 to 14 in the second quarter.
Wow, 14 in the second. There's a handoff. Dollar High's got plenty of room. He's across the 30 to 35. He's finally going to be taken out of bounds. And he took a shot on the outside of the leg. I don't know if it's a thigh or a knee. He's getting up awful slow. And it actually looks like he might have gotten hit about 2 steps out.
Ball's carried by number 4, C.J. Dollarhide. He's got by number 11, Gary Rideout. Results of the play is a Sheridan YellowJacket.
YellowJacket, first down.
Sheridan down 16-0. 10 minutes into the second.
Quick pitch to the left. Play Shubin made is looking for a hole. Sports past a couple of them. Benton Panthers going to get close to
Flag on the play.
There's a flag.
Kennedy stopped.
Well, you know what that probably means.
My favorite, my non-favorite. Yep. Behind the play, Mr. 10. Number 10, lose you what you can gain. I could guess, and I was an offensive lineman, so as an offensive line coach, I believe I would preach that in every single practice. And the kids that got called for it would run special sprints
Holding on the offense.
every day.
Now we have a first and 25. Ball's going to be spotted inside the 20 at about the 19 of Sheridan. Quarterback looks, pulls it down. That's Brady. He's got nowhere to go. Brady Dillon's going to be dropped back at about the 12-yard line.
So we talked about some new players out there. He ran right into his offensive lineman, number 76, which I don't have a name for. And 76 was frustrated with himself. He's being replaced with Trenton Barnum now.
Yeah, he got the pull pretty quick.
Yeah, when you tackle your own quarterback, that'll happen.
So it's a second down and forever. There's the snap. Hands off up to the middle. Bounces off the tackler. Going to get up to about the 25 where a swarm of Panthers is finally going to take him down.
Lane Shoe made a carry.
Lane made a really nice run straight up to the gun.
Ball's carried by number 19.
Actually
Blake
never hit the
Shoemaker.
ground. Just they
First
called
contact
the
was made by number 11,
stoppage
Gary
of
Rideout.
forward momentum. But
Brings up
it's
third
good to
down.
see him run again.
Well, it brings up a third and about 19. Ball's going to be spotted just right. Nose of the ball is right on top of the 25-yard line. 9:21 to play the second. Benton ahead 16 to nothing. There's the snap. Drops back, looks, fumbles ball, but he's going to get back on top of it. I believe that was Jarrett.
That was Jared, and that doesn't help you when you're already at 3rd and 20. You lose about 6 more.
So now we're going to have to get to the county line for a first down this one. That's
3rd and
another
25,
loss.
yeah. 4th and 25, 30. You're saying 30.
30.
on the board.
That's about right. I'm looking at it, it's about 31, but call it 30. So for fourth down, we cannot get out of the shade of our own goalpost. They're setting up a return. It's a pretty good kick, low but returnable. He's across the 35 to 40. Going to dance up near midfield.
Mason Mangrum was the punter on that play. I think he may have punted a little bit last week. Not a number we've called a whole lot. And then
Rush number 1, Elias Bay.
Jared has previously been punted.
We see that out by number 21, Lance Kingsley.
Good idea to give him a break on that position.
Well, my understanding is if we lose this game tonight and West Memphis rolls over Searcy, then we get the last playoff spot. So we're going to keep an eye on some conference games for you at halftime.
If they start playing.
If they start
They
playing.
all got different times.
A lot of these teams have rescheduled for tomorrow. Quarterback throws a slant, got him in the 25 all the way down inside the 20.
Lane picks him up, drags him down, but not after he
Pass
was
to
about
number
15 yards.
5, Maddox Davis.
They tried that little,
He is tackled by number
in
19,
slant a couple
Blake
times
Shoemaker.
tonight. They finally can connect on it.
Hurry up
Quarterback
offense. on this one.
looks, He's got a man. He's flushed out of the pocket. He finally dumps it out to a man in the flat at the 12. And they're going to carry it all the way down. I don't know. They're going to give him the touchdown. He pushed out right at the flag.
A lot of poise by the quarterback, but the pocket broke down. He ran out. He hit the line of scrimmage and released the ball. The receiver was standing there waiting on him, carried it into the end zone.
Yeah, he couldn't have been more than maybe a foot away from the line of scrimmage when he finally threw it.
Just, I mean, I actually was watching for a flag to see if he didn't toss it.
That was really good awareness. Well, Benton's jumped on top 22-0 with 8:10 to play in the second quarter. Here's the extra point attempt. Snap's good, kick is up, and again, the kick is no good.
Man,
Kick wide on.
he's kicking too hard. Dude's kicked 40 yards.
Well, yeah, you're exactly right. It's like he's trying to do a kickoff on the next point.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing that we've seen all night. I mean, obviously it's not hurting them too bad. They're sitting at 22-0 with Sheridan, but there's been several times where their offenses honestly look like they're trying too hard versus taking their time, breathing, taking a breath and just executing, which may very well be why they lost to Catholic earlier in the season.
8 in to play in the second quarter. Benton enjoying a 22-0 lead. And boy, they're taking their sweet time getting back out on the field. Sheridan's already on the field, lined up to receive the kickoff. In other conference games tonight, Sylvan Hills has Greene County Tech, Marion at Catholic. Of course, Catholic is rolling over Marion. El Dorado's is in Jacksonville. That won't be pretty.
No, hard way to end the season for Jacksonville, but it looks like they're making some strides. They get more play on the sidelines than we've seen in a couple
And a
of
lot
years.
more kids out for junior high ball. It's an onside kick,
And they get it.
and it looks like
He got
Benton's
it.
got it, and Benton does. Benton recovers the onside kick. They're trying to put this game away.
They sure are. They pull a little PA on you, and they picked it up.
When you're up 22-0 early in the second quarter and you onside kick it, that tells you exactly what's on their mind. They want 35-point rule, and they want the clock to run so they can get out of here before the weather gets bad.
100%. That's exactly what they're thinking.
Now, regardless of what happens here, Memphis beat Searcy tonight, and they're at Searcy's. That's no guarantee. Searcy's got a really good run back through the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's really turned it up a notch. But if Memphis wins, that changes a lot of things. Quarterback fakes the little slant, got a screen set up on the right.
You know, regardless of the records, 0-10 Jacksonville, maybe 3-7 Sheridan. Searcy's record's similar. There's still a lot of parity in this conference this year. There's nobody that's, Benton blowing some people out, obviously, but for the most part, you take Benton and Catholic and set them aside, and everybody else is pretty equal.
We've had our share of 1-point games, 6-point games. Quarterback rolls to his right, pulls it down. He's just going to run it and slips a tackle across the 35, picked up a blocker, and he's finally going to just take a dive to the ground.
He decided he didn't want Wesley Shoemate nailing him, so he just kind of balled up right after picking up 15 yards, running it to right.
All the way down to the 26-yard line of Sheridan. And as Stan said, he took a dive. Got a man in motion to the right. Quarterback rolls to his right. Looks, throws, got a man in the flat who is hammered at the 19-yard line.
Brady read that like a book, nailed him, and called it in, made it incomplete.
And Brady depleted. The Benton player's looking for his shoes over there.
Yeah.
That was a shot. Brady Ingram lit him up.
That would have been a reception if Brady hadn't, and Brady did. He lit and was off like a rocket. Perfect time, nailed him, caused the incompletion. 2nd and 10, ball spotted it at the 26. Benton takes it, looks, throws a little flanker screen. Got a lot of room. He's inside the 10 and the 5.
Yes. He's going to be taken down at about the 1-yard line.
Just dragging, and Wesley Shoemate, of all people, threw his arm out there. Surprisingly, didn't cause a fumble when he tried to get across the goal line. But he sure got close enough. Wow.
1st and 10, and that was a little quick out to a wide out, and that was the easiest touchdown I've seen scored all year.
And it made me nervous. I'm not even pulling for Benton. I don't know that I would have called that on that position with 1 yard to go, the way they've moved the ball to the ground. But wow, how effective was that?
7:01 to play in the second. Benton on top, 28-0. Here's the extra point attempt. Kicks up. And this time he makes it. 7:01 to play in the second quarter. Benton on top, 29-0. You're listening to Sheridan Football, brought to you by Sheridan Casino on the Deltaplex Radio Network. Stan, that's the biggest turnout for a visiting team that we've seen all year. The visiting side is full.
What a big drive, and they've got a great
line drive kick, taken at the 5-yard line. Owens back across the 20 up to about the 22 when he's finally drugged down.
I don't know if Isaiah's going to college, but he's sure playing like he wants to. He's maybe trying not to get some highlight film, but he is doing an outstanding job of running the football back. A position that Wesley Shoemate has had most of the season.
Sheridan takes over, 1st and 10, ball at the 23, 6:55 left to play in the open half.
Halftime, Catholic over Marion, 35-14.
Catholic is just, and frankly, I would have thought it would have been a closer game. In my head, I had that at about a 10-yard.
Yeah, Marion is a pretty stout football team.
There's the snap. Jared's going to be dropped for a loss. He wanted to throw a quick out to the left side of the field. Coverage was good. No place to go. He got pinched from the end, so he's going to be dropped back at the 20. So it's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play.
So we're 1 score away from mercy rule if Benton gets the ball back.
And I promise you, that is exactly what Benton wants to do. That's been their MO. Their coaches talked about it in the press. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. And Jared Rose to his right. No place to go. No place to go. He dropped down to 19-yard line. No gain on the play.
We have been operating from well behind the line of scrimmage. We're now 3rd and 15. It seems like every time we look up, we're farther back than the original first down marker. Whether it's penalty, where it's loss of yardage, which in this case was, it's hard to play from behind like this.
I'll tell you what. Benton's got 3 really good-looking defensive linemen. Jared fakes, and there's one of them now that just flushed him out of the pocket. Jared gets back across the 20, and that's going to be about it.
99 size defensive end for Benton reminds you of Dan Hampton, the way he was coming in. The arm motion, he executed the swim technique on the outside tackle there for Sheridan.
6'3", 240 with a 4.8 laser time at Harding Academy, or excuse me,
That's not
Harding
a bad
University.
comparison, then.
No, that's not bad. 4th down and 12. Sheridan's going to have to punt it away 5 minutes.
All you young people, Dan Hampton was a standout at Jacksonville.
I played against him in the All-Star game.
There you go.
And I can tell you, he was Danimal was an appropriate title.
And he played at Arkansas and then the Chicago Bears.
It was an All-Pro.
All-American, All-Pro, all-everything pretty much. And this kid reminded me of him just now.
Sheridan punt carried all the way down to the Benton 28-yard line, where they are going to do their best to put 7 more on the board. Actually, they need 6. and that clock's going to start running without interruption. That'll be the 35 points sportsman rule, also known as the mercy rule.
The only good thing about that is we'll beat the Storms.
You know, that's a heck of a way to remember your final senior game, though.
It really is.
Well, we got a chance to make another stand. We've had our moments tonight. 2 wide outs to the right, man in motion. They're going to throw a little wheel. When they face the wheel, when he pulls it down, he wants to run, slip a tackle, gets across the 30.
That quarterback is crafty. He makes little starts and stops and does not want to get hit. So he's making his mind up every time he takes a step, whether he's going to drop or if he's going to keep running.
Well, yeah, our own quarterbacks will tell you real quick, taking a lot of shots. It's a 6A football. Is not a way to stay on the field very healthy for very long.
I don't think Jared has any problem with it. But, yeah, most quarterbacks are avoiding
Jared's lost time on the field.
Yes.
But that's what happens in the spread when your quarterback's, a talented runner.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially your offense is centered around that running ability.
Well, we're going to step off 5 against Benton. Ball's going to be spotted back at 26-yard line. Well, now I'm not sure what this ref's doing. Well, now he's marching off 5. It's going to take it inside 25 down to the 23-yard line of Benton. It's going to bring up a first down and 15. 4:35 to play in the second quarter. Benton on top, 29-0. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. So set back with the quarterback. Quarterback hands off straight up the middle. Gets it across the 25. Going to be taken down around the 27-yard line.
Trenton Barnwell tripped him up right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball started by number 1, Spain. He is tackled by number 54, Trent Barnwell.
Boy, that left tackle has got to be about 6'6" over there.
Their
Quarterback fakes the handoff, throws a flanker screen. It's read pretty well, but he slips a tackle. Got a flag on the play. He's driven out of bounds at about the 36-yard line of Benton, but the flag comes sailing in. It looked like the zebra on that side of the field actually threw his flag at somebody.
Yeah.
You can always tell when a ref is fed up with something. They don't just throw it in the air, they throw it at you.
They've done that tonight a couple of times.
I've had it bounce off my helmet a few times in my career. So that's going to bring up a second down and 11. Ball's going to be spotted. Well, now they've picked it up and march it back.
Personal foul on the offense.
Personal foul going to take them all the way back to the 12-yard line of Benton.
Huge break for Sheridan. Avoid the mercy rule score. Magnolia 56-14 over Hope in the second quarter. And those are cross-county rivals.
Quarterback drops, looks. He wants to throw the screen, but cover it up, and he finally throws it anyway. It goes off the hands of his intended receiver.
Episcopal 14-0 over Baptist Prep. Carlisle and Hazen's tied at 8.
That's a big game in that conference.
Harding Academy over Cave City 21-0.
No surprise there. Harding is another machine this year. So it brings up a third down. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback drops, looks, throws, had a man at the sideline up close to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to say he made the catch.
Pass complete number 1, Elias Spain.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 11. And here comes the punt team.
Was this the first or second time they've had a punt team out?
First.
First? I think they got a little bit ahead of themselves. They saw that target in mind and got a little bit excited. Bringing the whole team over into the tents to talk to them. I guess watch some film and figure out how they're going to finish this.
Now we have a timeout taken by Benton. So with 3:47 to play in the second quarter, you're listening to Sheridan Football, brought to you by Sarah's Casino and Resort with the Deltaplex Radio Network.
Like a burger and fries. And home auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save. Call State Farm agent at Campbell and Sheridan today.
4th down and 12. Benton called the timeout. Back in punt formation. There's the punt. Going to be a pretty good one. Going to be taken at the 37-yard line of Benton, or excuse me, of Sheridan.
Number 17, Jace Bradshaw, just about got his hand on it, which would have been a tide turner for Sheridan.
That would have been a massive play.
Because honestly, if he'd have blocked it, he could have got his hand on it and had 20 yards to get to the end zone.
Well, on the return, skipped it up to about the 40. It's going to be a short gain or a short return. We'll take it. At least it wasn't negative yardage.
That's right.
Clock's running, 3:38 play, 29 zip. Benton over Sheridan.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Sheridan.
Unsportsmanlike on Sheridan. So there we go again.
And this, I know you get frustrated. There's a lot of emotions, especially when you're down 29-0. But you just got to keep your head, because if there's a chance to win, you're going to lose it by getting out there and losing your head.
Well, Sheridan will take over. Ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. First and 10. 3:38 to play for the quarter. There's the snap. Jared fakes it. It started like he wanted to pull it down and go up the middle. I don't know if he slipped or just saw the pressure coming up from the middle and he goes down. It's going to be a short loss on the way. Maybe a yard.
We got at least 2 new offensive linemen down there tonight, which could be part of the problem. You got Jackson Teague, you got Kennedy Stockton, you got Trey Bennett, 2 outside tackles.
Handoff inside the lane, breaks the tackle, runs over a Benton player, gets across the 25 up around the 27, 28-yard line of Sheridan. Going to bring up a
Ball carried by number 19, Blaine
about 8.
He is tackled by number 35, Chris Bernard.
Clock is running, 2:42, 2:41 left to play in the second quarter. Tight formation. Quarterback fakes it, looks, going deep. And it's going to be over the hands of Brady Ingram.
Yeah, I got to say, if
And
Brady and Jarrett could get on the same page, we would actually be in this football game, because Brady has been open.
Brady's been open
so many
3 or
times.
4 times. I mean, wide open 2 or 3
He
times.
has got the athleticism to drag that ball down.
So it's 4th down and 8. Ball's going to be spotted at the 28-yard line of Sheridan. Sheridan's going to have to put it away with 2:19 to play in the second quarter, trailing 29-0. It's really been a strange game. It's not like they're just lining up and kicking us in the sheets.
No.
It's been a really, really smart game plan.
Very similar to the Catholic game.
They had the rush on, so our punter had to actually punt it from about a foot off the ground. So it's a really low line drive punt.
Number 12, Ahmad Anderson was the one on the covered the ball for Sheridan.
They had a rush on that time. They brought 4. Well, it wasn't a full rush, but they brought 4 interior. Rather than try to set up a return, they put on some pressure. So he got the kickoff. Ball's going to be spotted now at the 39-yard line of Benton, where they take over 1st and 10 with 2:09 left to play in the second quarter. 2 wide out to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback fakes the handoff, takes a short drop, got pressure, and he's going to be taken down for a big loss.
Number 4 actually probably held on that. I never saw the flag, and it didn't really matter. They still lost 10 yards.
Quarterback sack, played number 1, Wyatt T, and number 5, Owen Myers.
Owen teamed up on that to drop him for a big loss. It's going to bring up a second and about 23, and Benton is going to pick up a bunch of it right now.
Oh, he must have stepped out of bounds because he sure turned back upfield.
Yeah, he knew what he did too. He was almost
Yeah,
came to
he
a
slammed
stop.
on the brakes. But man, what was that, about 30-something yards?
30,
35?
32 yards in a cloud of dust, as they say.
I mean,
So,
he was wheels up, rolling.
well, he turned a long second down play into an easy first down. Ball's going to be spotted now at the Sheridan 39-yard line. The quarterback looks, throws, got a man on the sideline. Nice catch, unless he was out of bounds. I'm waiting for. Now they're going to say he was out of bounds on the catch. Really
Outstanding
nice.
catch.
It was a great reception by the Benton player. He just had a foot on the line over there.
As a receiver, you got to hate that because, I mean, you make this athletic, outstanding Sports Center catch, and it doesn't count. It doesn't count on your stats or anything.
Second down, ball at the 49 of Sheridan. A minute 25 to play, and I promise you, Benton wants 6 more right now. They're going to hand off up the middle, and he's got a lot of room, and he's dragging players with him.
Goodness.
That's Bernard again. He's all the way down to the 21-yard line of Sheridan. A minute 18 to play. And Chris Bernard has put Benton in a very, very likely position to score again.
He wasn't even doing any moving and shaking. He was just high stepping and dragging.
Quarterback rolls to his right, looks downfield. He's going to pull down and run. He's going to be hit at the 20, falls forward to about the 19. Clock is running, 59 seconds left to play.
Ben's got 2 timeouts left.
And I'm wondering if they're not going to call one right here. They're calling the play at the line of scrimmage. 48, 47, flank screen again. He's got some room. He's across the 10, down to the 5. Inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line.
Man, it just the awareness of these receivers and running backs. I mean, they stutter step, they make you miss. They think you think you're going to take off, and they don't. They should just stop, stutter their feet a little bit. You run at them, they jerk, and then they pick up 15 yards.
First and goal from the 3 with 34 seconds left. And there he goes up the middle, and Benton hangs another 6 points on the YellowJackets. And that is going to start the clock running with no stop. This is going to be a really short second half. With 28 seconds left to play. Benton on top, 35 to nothing. Lined up for the extra point attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. 28 seconds to play in the opening half. Benton on top, 36 zip. And we're going to keep it right here until halftime. Quick shout out Sissy's Log Cabin, where all the wedding rings in my family have come from over the years. Sheridan Athletic Sports support. And Mark Glassford, State Farm, another supporter of Sheridan Athletics. And we've already got the Benton kids are heading toward, about 3/4 of them are already heading toward the buses for halftime. You know, we talked before the game started that this was probably going to get ugly, and it did. And, you know, it's painful to say it. It's painful to consider it, but
Well, you know,
it is what it is.
Benton kept us completely off balance. They were running 5 or 6 completely different plays: passes, short passes, crossing patterns, runs up the middle, to the side. We pretty much are one-dimensional.
That's a line drive kick on the kickoff by the Benton Panther. Carries about 5 yards deep. Got a Benton player down on the field at the 30. He's trying to get to his feet, but boy, he's moving awful slow. He's up and he's walking. So no referee timeout for the injury. He's going to get off the field under his own power. So Sheridan has got time for a couple of plays with 25 seconds left to play. And under Mercy rule, that clock ought to be running right now.
I don't know why it's not.
Well, okay, they haven't signaled for the start. Okay, we just got a score come in. Whitehall is up over Chapel, 7-0 at halftime. That's kind of surprising. Two wide outs to the right, one to the left. Garrett pitches, bobbles it, is fumbled. Actually, he gets back on it, but it's going to be a loss on the play. Ball's going to be spotted back inside the 50 at the 14-yard line of Sheridan. Clock is running.
Magnolia, 63-14 over Hope at halftime.
Well, I think Hope needs to maybe
The
pull
clock's,
a dollar and just say, let's go to the house.
Yeah, clock's running there, man. Catholic 35-14 over Marion still.
That's the end of the first half, with Benton enjoying a 36-0 lead over the Sheridan YellowJackets. And you're listening to Sheridan football on the Deltaplex Radio Network, brought to you by Saracen Casino and Resort.
There's not a lot of games tonight.
Now they move some to tomorrow, and a couple of games started at 3 o'clock today.
Oh, really?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to the ladies taking the field, the Sheridan High School Jackets. Ladies, the field's yours. Let's give a big round of applause to the Jackets. To continue your halftime entertainment, the Sheridan YellowJacket Band presents their 2022 show, The Keys of Life. The band directors are Greg Scott, Jake Miller, Rachel Loretz, Kelly Wolf, and special guest, Henson State University intern Grant Smith. Drum majors are Lily McPherson and Joshua Harbinson. Band, the field is yours. Well, let's give another big round of applause to the Sheridan High School Band.
First from home.
Community, family.
Our kids, our customers.
At First Trust Home Loans, we have mortgages made easy.
This love that I feel for you always will be. You'll not just turn around this love that I do is bound to you. Oh, baby, I'm gonna love you forever. for ass. Like everything, bitch, you gas. Know my favorite tip, 24 years with clubs. Last second, what a wish list. I'm the type to turn up to the stars. These ain't tattoos, these scars. My own positivity, this is a part.
Ten weeks, 11 weeks a year, I think that opinion is shared by a lot of people.
The kickoff carried down to about the 6-yard line. Or excuse me.
That is
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah gets back up over the 50 where he's ankle tackled and gets tripped. He's going to go down
Return
right
on Virginia and Isaiah Owens.
right at the 18-yard line. So he had a pretty good return. That kicker for Benton's got a leg on
He
him.
sure does. He may play at the next level.
He's got a little issue with accuracy on his short range stuff. You know,
So right now we got the original starters coming out, and maybe that's what you're doing is giving them a play and then rotate out. Who knows?
2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Garrett hands up to C.J. Dollarhide. Dollarhide finds a crease, gets up across the 25 up to near the 26-yard line. Good pickup on first down.
Ball is carried by
Gonna
number
get
4,
about
CJ
7 on that
Alright.
carry.
He is tackled play by number 13, Dick Wright.
And that clock is going to be the enemy.
7 yard gain. He brings up second down and 3.
Short evening.
Well, to be totally honest, you don't come back. That's why mercy rules in place.
Jared took a step back to pass, pulls it down, and takes off. He's going to have a
Ball is carried by number 6, Jared Ashley.
Sheridan
He is
YellowJacket
tackled
first
by
down.
number
Going to move
26,
the chains.
Jack
Ball's
Johnson.
going to be spotted.
Result of the play is a Sheridan YellowJacket.
Oh, Sheridan. That's one of the few first downs we've had.
Well, last year, Jonesboro, we were at Jonesboro. We were mercy ruled in the first half, and Coach McBroom left his starters in, and they ate up the entire first quarter to get their one touchdown.
Jared fades, he looks, pulls it down. He wanted to pass. He's going to pull it down. Got pressure in the backfield. Good coverage on that play by Benton.
Ball carried by number 6, Jared Ashley.
Jared pulls it
He
down.
is tackled on play by number 36.
He's going to make it
Jake
back to the
Jones.
line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. So it brings up a second down, and you're looking at 13.
10 to go. Clock moved. 3 timeouts, both teams. It's 36-0. Third quarter.
2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Jarrett fakes the handoff to CJ, keeps it, gets across the 35 up to about the 36.
Ball carried by number 6, Jared Ashley. He is brought down to play by number 25, Walter Hicks.
Addison said
Brings him a third down and 7.
Addison Savage was blocking downfield very aggressively, and it might have even had some extracurricular words for the Benton Panthers he was hitting.
You know, if you're looking down on the field, you really can't, you don't see anybody that you would say, okay, yeah, that's a sophomore.
No, you can't tell.
They got a kid that knows that looks sort of like a Caleb Pilkington. There's
Right.
a snap, got a handoff that goes to the left side of the field, and there is nowhere to go.
Walter Hicks in on play again. His uncle Byron Hicks is on the school board.
Ball is carried by number 28, CJ Davis.
He picked up about a yard
He
and a
is
half.
tackled play by number 25,
Long way.
Walter
Here's
Hicks.
the punt team
Brings
for
up
Sheridan.
4th
Clock is
down.
running, 8:35 to play. We've been lucky so far with the weather, no lightning delays, and that was something that I think everybody was a little concerned with tonight. Formation, 4th down. Ball will be snapped from the 34-yard line of Sheridan. Ball, good snap. There's the kick. Line drive kick. Nobody back for Benton. The ball's going to carry all the way down, and it's still rolling inside the 15 near the 12-yard line of Benton. When they take over 1st and 10.
It almost Benton knows what they're doing. They let that go, the ball roll, knowing Sheridan's going to do that.
And just the clock.
Clock's running.
And they're taking their sweet time coming out on the field.
They sure
I
are.
mean, they're using. I wouldn't be surprised if they used up the entire play clock.
And they may not hang their regular 58 points on us tonight, because unless they quick strike right here, and they do have a new quarterback in.
They got to do running back in. They got to do everything back in. Off tackle, B gap.
Owen Myers.
Gets up to about the 25, and Owen closes down on him in a hurry. Going to pick
Ball
up
carried by
3.5
number 4,
on the carry.
Marcus King.
Owen helped him up that
He is
play. You got
tackled
hats
by
off
number
for that good
5, Owen
sportsmanship.
Myers.
That's a good shot. Owen has passed some licks tonight.
He sure has.
2nd down and 6. Got a little swing pass. Big crease over there on the left side of the field. Picked up a block and is wide out. So it's going to be a 1st down for Benton. Clock. And the
Ball
change.
carried by number 3, Donovan Pearson. He is tackled by
6:50
number
to go in the
39.
football game. Or in the third quarter, sorry.
Correct, number 19, Blake Shoemaker.
Got a little flanker screen. Got a man. Oh,
Who got that?
gosh. Hey, it
Was that Isaiah Owens?
looked like it.
Sure
I'm
was.
pretty sure it was.
He hammered him.
The running back on the little swing pass got up to about the 37-yard line, put on the brakes because he was about to go out of bounds, and Owens just turned him upside down with a face mask to the chest. Quarterback looks, got pressure, Going to be hit back at the 34, drags the man forward.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, if not an extra yard.
He might have got a yard.
So this is Benton's at least second team.
Ball carried by number 6, Jack Woolbright.
Winded.
Here is time of the night.
Got fresh legs over there on the rim side.
Bring up a second and 9. Quarterback looks, throws a slant pass to the inside.
Pass is incomplete.
Fingertips.
Jaden Jenkins beating himself up for not getting the INT.
Jenkins might have had a shot at that. He was zeroing in pretty quick. It was a hard thrown pass.
It was hard and it was low.
That brings up a third down and 9. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, hands off to the left. Gonna hem him up, but he avoids a tackle.
Hunter Lackey.
The whole, oh
my
God.
gosh.
He got hit at the 8 or the 9, 2 or 3 Sheridan YellowJackets ganged up on him around the 50, and he still pushes the pile down near the 46-yard line of Sheridan.
Hunter Lackey had a shot at him 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He got away from him and picked up 15. And I actually looked up Hunter's number when he was about the first down mark, and he got 5 more. I thought he was done.
Quarterback rolls to his right, throws a little
my
sideline
goodness.
route. Nice catch, nice pitch catch.
Pass complete to number
Beautiful
82.
play. Going to take the ball down to about the 36-yard line of Sheridan.
Kobe Howard.
Got 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the third. And of course, Benton's going to get a bye as the second seed in the playoffs. So they've got a couple weeks to rest up some kids. Their quarterback throws a little inside screen, a little tunnel screen. It doesn't really go anywhere. He's going to pick up maybe a yard on it.
Collarhide on the tackle.
Ball straight by number 81, Carter Harris.
I just got to note the quarterback, number 6, is a freshman that just moved up this week to play for Benton, and he's moving the ball down the field like he's a senior.
That's how you cultivate your talent. We talk about that like a Greenwood. You start
And
them in the 3rd grade, the 6th grade, the 9th grade, and every one of those teams runs the same offense. That's your senior.
And this right here is why Benton has continued to be good when you're playing guys that haven't gotten to play all year.
Hand off tackle to left to pick up about 11. Maybe a first down for Benton.
Ball straight by number 3, Donovan Pearson.
This is how you
He
get
is
kids.
tackled.
Right, you're not gaining anything by leaving your starters, and you're not rewarding them with
Josh
anything.
Walker.
You're taking a chance on getting them hurt, and in my opinion, you're getting embarrassed by a freshman quarterback.
1st and 10. There's a snap. A snap, but he gets it down. Throws a slant to the
It's
inside and
interception.
it's kicked off. Sheridan's going the other way with it.
Brady
It's going
Ingram.
to be sick. Brady's going to score unless he just has a heart attack. I don't think the defense had idea where the ball was. Brady had about a 10-yard head start going the other way before the first kid actually turned into pursuit.
Yeah, Brady looked around like he wasn't sure if the play was going to get whistled dead, and he took off. I guess that's the reason you leave him in, maybe give Brady some stats.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it still doesn't change anything.
No, but you always have a case where you got some kids that are probably worthy of all conference. I mean, Pilkington made All-State last year on that team.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the kick is down and it's up.
There's so many great athletes on this football team this year. I mean, we could talk about, name probably 20 kids that are worthy of an all-conference or some sort of postseason honor. They're not going to get it because of their record. But man, what a great
You
team.
might have a rare kid that actually overcome. I mean, you're a perfect example of that. On a 2 and 8
One of the,
or 1 and 18, and ready to pick up all conference honors. That doesn't happen very often. I mean, you really got to kind of show out for that to happen.
you know, and here's the thing I told my daughter last year, early in the season. She wanted to be All-State so bad and was worried about, some of the losses. I said, you don't worry about the wins and the losses. You worry about you. Take care of your job. Do your job the best you can every time you step out on the field, and everything else will work out. And that's what I did. I mean, I wanted to win, obviously, but I did what I was supposed to do to enable us to win. And unfortunately, we didn't. One person can't win a football game or a soccer game, but you can do everything you can do to get you there.
Look, that's what winning teams do. You win your job. The guy next to you wins his job. The You never want to be the person that says, I'll let the guy next to me down.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Here's the kick. Going to be high, drifts off out of bounds again. Second time tonight we kicked out of bounds.
Ironically, the worst game I had
Well,
this
it's
senior year
kicked
was
out
the
of
game we
bounds.
won.
Will be placed on the 35-yard
How
line.
that works.
Isn't it?
54 seconds and the clock is running. 36-7 and Benton over Sheridan. Benton will take over at their 35-yard line as the kickoff. Sheridan went out of bounds after the Brady Eagle returned of an interception for 4 touchdowns. And that was kind of an odd play because Brady actually kind of looked around like, do I really have this?
He was not moving real fast at first because I don't think he was sure.
They swing it out to the running back on a really short pass. He got a great block from his wide receiver.
And he stumbled 10 yards for an additional 10 yards. Ran 10 or 15, and then he stumbled for 10.
He is down on the play by number 32.
All the way down to the 48-yard line of Sheridan. I don't know if they get the ball off before they did with 1 second into the quarter. They threw a quick in route. Wasn't a true slant, wasn't a true button hook. It was almost in between.
Pass is complete to number 88.
So they're going to pick up.
Cortland Steffens. He was tackled by number 32, Jake
And we're
Smith.
starting the fourth quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
We're going to take a quick break. We're listening to Sheridan YellowJacket football brought to you by Sheridan Casino, Deltaplex Radio Network. Didn't it look like you, Brady, kind of stopped for a minute, looked at the ground?
That's what I did when he first got him. He didn't look. He looked like he thought it was a penalty,
And he just kind of stopped for a second.
and no one saw him, and he kind of didn't even start out fast. And then he started looking. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go."
We'll take it, but you know, at least he's got a memory of his last senior game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he's done so many amazing things.
Well, after a great pickoff and a pick six for Brady Eagle, Sheridan closes the gap slightly to 36-7. It's Benton throws a quick out. Oh, he got stuck.
Isaiah Owens playing inspired for football.
I don't know how many times we called Isaiah's name tonight. Man, and Owen Myers were just depleting people.
That's lead to number 81.
You know, Isaiah, there must be a college coach here looking at this.
Second and 4, quarterback rolls again, reverses field. He's got some room, slips a tackle, and he's finally shoestringed at about the 27-yard line by number 17.
Ball carried by number 6, Jack Wright.
The first down
He
by
is tackled on the play by number 17,
playing up
Jace
first
Bradshaw.
week of the year.
Second and 10. Quarterback rolls, looks to his right, pulls it down. He's going to run. He got the line of scrimmage. Now he just throws it away.
Heads up by a ninth grader.
He's outside the tackle box, so he knows he can throw it away without fear of grounding ball. Really good play.
Personal foul against me.
Crack block on the offense.
The ball's currently located or spotted at the 26. They're going to take it back 10 more. We're taking it back over the
15-yard play from the spot of foul.
That was from the spot of the foul on the crackback blocks. So that's going to take the ball all the way back to the 49-yard line. And it is a first down and about 40 yards for a first. Quarterback looks, throws in route again.
Oh my!
Oh,
And in and out of the hands of the receiver and
Pass is incomplete.
number 28, C.J. Davis, actually had a shot at it. Pretty good coverage on the play, but that throw was right on the money.
It was.
Threading the needle along that.
He's got an arm on it.
Second down and for forever. Ball at the 49 of Benton. 9 minutes to play in the fourth. reads you the play. Quarterback takes the snap, drops straight back, got a screen set up on the right side. Running back slipped a little bit, allowed the Sheridan defense to catch up to him.
Marcus King.
Only going to pick up about
Tackled
4
by number
yards
5,
on the
Owen
play.
Myers.
Bring up third down in a whole bunch.
Owen Myers dragged him down over
Brings
there.
up third down at 25.
Well, they say 25. It's actually third down and about 37.
All right, Sheridan, let's get loud. Let's make some noise. Let your defense hear you.
Right out to
Keep it going, keep it going,
right.
keep it going.
Two wideouts to the left. Got an H-back, a tailback.
Get loud, loud, loud.
Third down and forever. There's a snap. The back fakes it, pulls it down, throws an out route, misses his man.
Pass is incomplete.
Brings up the fourth
Fourth
down. A long way to go. 8:38 to play.
Bring him a punt team. Got to be impressed with backups for Benton. They're moving the ball pretty well. They're making a few mistakes. Obviously, they've been the starting crew the whole time.
That was far the penalties been their biggest problem.
Penalties been-
and not their actual execution.
Crack back block, drug them back. They would otherwise they'd have been first and 10. It's hard to overcome 35 yards.
Here's the snap. Good snap. There's just a kick. Ball is going to carry all the way back to the end zone for a touchback. 8:02 in
Play
counting.
is kicked
Left
into
to
the
play.
end
You're
zone.
listening to
And
Sheridan
a
Football,
touchback.
brought to you by
Sheridan
Sportsmanship
ball, first
Resort
and 10.
Complex Radio Network.
We'd like to take this opportunity to recognize some of our Sheridan High School athletic sponsors. Jefferson Regional Medical Center,
We're still waiting for that
Lundy and
autograph
Associates,
picture. You only got another week or
Realty,
two to get it to us.
Patrick Campbell State Farm
And a quick
Insurance,
shout out to Grant County
LGS
Farm
Stakes,
Bureau.
Lundy and Associates, Hoco Realty, Allengate Panel, McCoy Tiger Pharmacy, Roof Connect, Platinum Roofing,
Well, he saw it.
Fowler National Bank,
You're like the oldest
The Hay
living
Crew,
customer they've ever
Shelby
had.
Taylor
Probably pretty
Trucking,
close to it.
and our field
Not bad.
sponsor,
Nissan hard
First
body.
Trust
Is that where you-
Loans.
is that where you bought
We
your
thank you for your
Velociraptor?
continued
Yeah.
support of Sheridan Athletics.
Sheridan takes over at the 11-yard line. Jarrett's back in the game, fakes it, keeps it, pulls it down, and runs it. He's going to get across the 15 to close to the 18-yard line. And every time that young man stands up, I find myself holding my
Well,
breath
Sheridan
while I'm
number 6,
watching to see
Jared
if
Ashley.
he's limping or not. Going to
Stand
pick
on
up
the line,
about
number
6.5 on the carry. Going to bring up a
Daniel
second
Jordan.
down and a long 3 yards. Clock running, 6:28 to play in the game. Jarrett hands off to CJ, and CJ had nowhere to go. The penetration on that left side of the offensive line, or right side of the offensive line, basically is
Number 4, TJ Dollarhide on the carry. He is tackled by number 44. Jacob Muntz.
So a third
Brings
down
up
and
third
3 and a
down.
half. Ball spotted at about the 17. There's the snap. Hands off to CJ. CJ's going to get the edge. He's not enough for a first down. So that's another Central Sheridan YellowJacket first down. We haven't had an opportunity to say that very much tonight.
No, what about 2 or 3 of them? Now you've got
Could be more than 5.
winded seniors going against.
Ball is placed on the 21-yard line. Result of the play is a Sheridan YellowJacket.
So the ball is now spotted at the 21-yard line. Going to hand off up the middle. TJ made a nice cut. Going to get up close to the 30. Going to pick up about 8
Number 4,
yards.
CJ Dollarhide on the carry. He is tackled by number 9, Daniel Lunsford.
Gerald Robinson of Jefferson County. supporter of all Southeast Arkansas and South Central Arkansas.
9-yard gain on the play brings up second down to 1.
Sheridan. 2nd and 2. Quarterback takes, drops, looks, it's under pressure. He got enough for the first, I think.
And man, that defensive player there took a shot. And
Well,
Jared
number
might have
6,
taken a shot
Jared
on his knee,
Ashley.
but
Look, you got a knee in the helmet.
Number 22,
got up.
Jay Thomas.
That's scary when you got a kid that's got a promising baseball career ahead of him coming up in a few months.
You know, I've taken knees like that to the helmet. It took me about 2 weeks to remember how to spell my name.
Yeah.
And, you know, 4 letters, you think you'd have it down.
One of the trainers over at Bryant and I are friends, and she laments the fact that players don't play with pads on their knees anymore.
Yeah. So we have a 1st and 10. Ball's going to be spotted up at the 32-yard line, Sheridan. And we got it.
Flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to have motion against Sheridan.
J.B. Bourne. He slapped himself in the head on his.
All eyes on the defense.
Oh, they're going to call him crazy.
He took credit for it, but he didn't have to get dinged for it.
It's one of those times when you point at yourself and you go, ooh, you try to hide your hands.
Hide your hands. Hide your hands.
So it's a 1st and 5. Hand off up the middle again. Got some room. Got across the 40. A sort tripped up there.
No, we got to fight.
Helmet's off. Coaches are grabbing players.
And this is right here is exactly why you take your starters out.
We got a free-for-all, and there's going to be some ejections. I can promise you. Oh my gosh. And boy, there were some thunder blows being thrown down there. And I don't know how many players that the officials are actually going to target, but frankly they can target him at least, yeah. Oh gosh. You just chill. You just hate to see that. Coaches doing the best to pull kids off the field. So there were some kids that probably would have been, depending on the Cersei West Memphis game, might have been in position to play one more game, but depending on what the review of these officials determines. You know, the only plus to it was it happened on the inside between like the bleachers or between the track and the sideline. And Sheridan line, players lined up on the sideline were blocking most of the officials. Where we were saying we could, if they held me, if they put me on the stand, looking under oath, I could name about 10. So.
And the result of the play is a Sheridan YellowJacket.
So you have a 1st down, Sheridan, ball spotted on the 44. You got 2:47 left to play in the game. And I really hope these kids settle down a little bit before this gets even worse. All right, so Jerry keeps it, cuts back outside. I got to try to go inside. Going to get up to about midfield.
Ball's carried by number 6, Jared Ashley. He is tackled by number 30. How does it feel? 6-yard gain on the play brings second down and 4.
I'm going to have to stop talking because the thing's saying.
Picks up 6. 2:14 play clock on 36-7. So Benton actually accomplished pretty much exactly what they wanted to.
The only reason they didn't make 50 today on us is because we weren't in the game. They mercifully ruled us without a scoring at all. Other teams have been in the game longer than we have to get that opportunity.
Handed off left tackle. It's up over midfield. The spotting, it's like about the
Brings up third down and
47
1.
line. Brings up the third down and a long yard. goes straight to the middle. Where's the hit? Gets across the, CJ gets across the 45. That's going to be a penalty.
Ball sure guy, number
First
28.
down. Boy, that was a hard
CJ.
Yeah, I mean, our
CJ Davis.
first down total is going to be like quadruple.
He is tackled at number 30. Isaac Hill. Ball is placed on the 44-yard line. Results of the play is that Sheridan YellowJackets.
56 seconds left to play. Hitting on top, 36-7. Got a quick out. Actually, a flag pattern. Flag. And YellowJackets got 44 yards.
Number 9, Mason. Big run.
Waiting to hear the announcer call it up because I didn't have it on my card. Number 9 for Sheridan. That was a really nice pass, and it was wide open.
First time I've actually seen it.
Actually, we're just going for the 18. There's the snap, down, kick is up. Kick is good. So with 9 seconds left.
Extra point is good. Comes by number 88.
That's going to
Oh,
do
good
it.
play.
It takes a 36-14 victory over the YellowJackets.
Let's go, man. Final score. Red Panthers 36 and your Sheridan YellowJackets 14. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out this season and supporting your Sheridan YellowJackets. Look around if there's any trash in the state. You can help us pick it up. Take it to the nearest trash can. Please travel home safely.